Over the Virginia Beach ocean front, you can see the rough surf pounding the shoreline as Florence ravages the Carolinas. Elsewhere in Virginia Beach, a sigh of relief.
Neighbors in Pungo are relieved. They know things could have been much worse. But now there are new worries over a potential problem that could happen as soon as the next storm. 13 News Now reporter Evan Watson is live with that, plus how the wind is affecting Back Bay.
Yes, as you say, mostly a sigh of relief here. Obviously, if the storm had shifted north, it would have really decimated this area, an already flood-prone area. But some high school students here are already thinking ahead to the next storm, wondering if people will take those mandatory evacuations as seriously the next go-around. High winds, some rain, but those typical Pungo floods will have to wait until the next storm.
I was thinking that I would have to ride a canoe everywhere because I have a lake outside of my house, and like last time there was a Hurricane Matthew, it like flooded everything.
I come in here often enough that they usually offer power.
These four high schoolers met up at the coffee shop on this special Friday off from school. And that next storm, since Florence turned south, they're not sure people will take the next evacuation order very seriously.
Because it didn't happen this time, people are probably just gonna say, oh, it didn't happen last time, so why are we gonna worry about it this time? It's probably gonna turn again.
Haley Dayton can see it coming.
It's gonna be dangerous. Like they're gonna be telling us to evacuate, no one's gonna evacuate, there's gonna be a huge thing.
Other people around Pungo are mixing relief that the storm didn't hit with frustration about the time they spent preparing.
At least I was prepared. I mean, it's probably gonna be another one later that year, probably, who knows.
Either way, looking at the video from North Carolina, people in Pungo know that they're very lucky.
It really could have been bad. Thankfully it isn't. It did go south of us, so definitely a sigh of relief.
Right now it is pretty windy out here and it rained earlier, but we've talked to a lot of the homeowners in the most flood-prone areas here in Pungo, and they say they're doing just fine right now. So a relief, and I guess when we get to the next storm, we'll see if people do take those evacuation orders seriously when they come back around. Reporting live in Pungo, Evan Watson for 13 News Now.